Larry of our provincial news unit has the story.
Rebecca Green does a lot of communicating with her youngest daughter, but at 3.5 years old, little Heather is just beginning to learn how to talk back. Heather was born with a hearing impairment, but with the help of hearing aids, she can pick up a little sound, and test results show there's a good chance she can be taught to speak.
From the research that we have seemed to done by seeing what was available in Manitoba, we just couldn't seem to find the kind of teaching that was needed for her hearing impairment. You know, she's not totally deaf, but she has enough hearing that seems like it can be developed with the right training into adequate speech and whatever else is needed for her.
Heather could attend preschool hearing impaired classes in Winnipeg, but the city is a 3.5-hour drive from their Killarney area farm. The Greens say Brandon has a program that takes in a full range of handicapped children, but doesn't offer the type of specialized training they want. After making a few inquiries in North Dakota, they received word back from this school, which said it was more than happy to help out. After legal guardianship was transferred to Heather's North Dakotan grandparents, she was eligible to attend the state-funded school for the deaf. Most of these kids live here on weekdays, but to give the Greens a somewhat normal family life, the school modified and condensed its 5-day program into 3. Every Wednesday, Mrs. Green makes a 160-kilometer trip to Devil's Lake and stays until classes finish on Friday. Training here concentrates on getting children to vocalize and to learn sign language. Although most of these children have more severe hearing impairments than Heather, there's a good chance many of them will learn how to talk if intensive training is kept up when the kids are very young. The school says this type of program increases the odds for children like Heather to enter mainstream education by the time they're school age. Although tuition is free here, it's still costing the Greens about $150 a week to make the trip to Devil's Lake and live there for 2 days a week. The Greens have been trying to get some financial help since last fall, but so far the only funding they've received was from the Society for Manitobans with Disabilities, but that only covered 3 months' expenses. They've written to various government officials for help, but haven't received any commitments yet. The school says Heather should be enrolled in a full-time program this fall. Otherwise, she'll be missing out on one of the most important educational opportunities in her life. Green says he can't wait much longer to see if the province will be offering any financial aid. He says if it doesn't come through, he may have to move the family to Devil's Lake, and then he'll commute from the farm on the weekends. The Greens say they'd gladly send their child to Winnipeg, but the extra hour drive is just too much to handle. They say they don't expect the province to build a school just for their child, but they say it would be nice to get a little extra money to make life easier.
Kenny O.
Space is not available until you have to use it. And I find that to be a lot of agencies say that they do a lot for certain aspects that we found that it's not altogether what they do or what they say is what they do.
Larry Keat, CKY News.
Kathy updates the forecast soon.